Hello everyone, welcome back to the Outdoor Engineers YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Mastercraft Multibit screwdrivers and see how they square up with the Picquic Multibit screwdrivers. And just before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you for 50 subscribers. I know it doesn't really seem like a lot, but it's a big milestone for us. And if you like the content that we put out, we would really appreciate it if you could like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. So as you can see here, I've kind of broken the screwdrivers down into 3 groups. One I'm going to call the 6-pack group, the other one the Multique group, and the other one the Stubby group. I just went after the Picquic names just because the Mastercraft ones didn't come with names. And then also just a quick side note, this one here, it's their newer, Picquic's newer design. So you can see it's nice. It's got a kind of transparent handle, so you can see the bits a little bit better compared to the older kind of solid color design. I also quite like it because, as you can see here, it says made in Canada, always will be, which is pretty nice. I quite like that. But like I was saying before, we're going to separate these into 3 different groups and kind of talk about which each screwdriver gives you in terms of bits. Another thing I just want to mention quickly is that the 6-pack plus and the Stubby style of screwdrivers between both the Mastercraft and the Picquic lines, the bits are interchangeable, or they're the same size, so they are interchangeable between the two. So you can see here the Picquic bit on the Stubby and this Mastercraft bit on the Picquic. And then even like with the 6-pack, it's not too bad. And then even between these two, you can do that. So whatever, if you need a longer bit on your Stubby, you can do that with the whatever, either the Mastercraft version of the 6-pack or the Picquic version of the 6-pack. The only thing is, when you put the smaller bits in, it's a little bit hard to get them out like this, so just be careful. Whoops. Alright, so now we're going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into what each screwdriver provides in terms of bits. So the Mastercraft Stubby, you get a 3/16 and 1/4 inch flathead, a number 1 and number 2 Phillips, and then a number 1, number 2, and number 3 Robertson, and these are all chrome vanadium steel. And just a quick side note on the Mastercraft Stubby multi-bit screwdriver, so it actually comes with 7 bits like I just went over, but there's still only 5 slots. So what ends up happening is you have 1 bit in the top half here, and then another bit in the bottom half here. Alright, so then with the Picquic Stubby, you get a 3/16 inch and 1/4 inch flathead, a number 1, number 2 Phillips, and a number 1 and number 2 Robertson. So the main difference between the two is just that you're missing that number 3 Robertson that you do get with the Mastercraft. Alright, so now moving on to the Multique style. So with the Picquic Multique, you will get a 5 32nd flathead as well as a 3/16 flathead. You will get a Phillips 0, 1, and 2, as well as a Torx number 6 and a Torx number 8. Okay, so now onto the bits that come with the Mastercraft version of the Multique. So you're going to notice right away that these are a lot smaller than the regular Multique, and these bits actually do not fit with the Multique. So unlike with the 6-pack plus versions and the Stubby versions, these ones won't, you won't be able to swap these bits between the Mastercraft and Picquic version. So with the Mastercraft Multique version here, you get a 3/32 flathead, a 1/8 flathead, a Phillips 000, Phillips 00, Phillips 0, and then you get a Robertson 0 and a Robertson number 1. So the Mastercraft version of the 6-pack plus, I'm going to say there's 2 different versions. There's this one, the black one, then also the blue one, which I showed earlier. The black one I'm going to call the standard one just because it comes with kind of more standard bits, while the blue one I'm going to call the specialty one just because it only comes with Torx and hex bits. So with the standard version of the Mastercraft one here, it comes with a 3/16 inch flathead, a 1/4 inch flathead, a Phillips number 1 and a Phillips number 2, and you get a number 3 Robertson, number 2 Robertson, and number 1 Robertson. Alright, so with the specialty version of the Mastercraft version of the 6-pack plus, you get a Torx 25, Torx 20, Torx 15, and Torx 10, as well as a number 6 hex, number 5 hex, and number 4 hex. Alright, so last but not least, we have the Picquic 6-pack plus here. And just before I go into the bits, I just want to say that there are different models of the Picquic, and I believe there's different models of the Mastercraft screwdrivers. So the bits may be different. These are just the ones I have, and also you can check Pickwic's website. They have a good list of all the bits they have, and I believe you can actually order kind of like a unique set of bits if you want to. So now onto the bits you get with the Picquic 6-pack Plus. So you get a 1/4 inch flathead, a 3/16 inch flathead, a Phillips number 2, and a Phillips number 3, and you get a Robertson number 1, Robertson 2, and a Robertson number 3. So now comparing the build quality between the Picquic and the Mastercraft Multibit screwdrivers, I kind of feel like the Picquic is a little higher build quality, especially when you're looking at these plastic rings here, which kind of help to hold the bits in place. I found with this one here, the Multique one, you can see there it's kind of out of place a little bit, which kind of sucks at the top. I don't think it's going to break on me or anything like that. It just kind of doesn't really feel the best quality. The other thing is the magnet in here. It doesn't feel as strong as the Picquic one. And I'll show you just with the sound test kind of. It's not that it's extremely weak, just not as strong as the Picquic ones here. And it also kind of gives you, well, at least I think it's kind of a more satisfying sound, but that's just kind of my personal preference. And then in terms of like the bits falling out, there's no real issues with that with either the Picquic or the Mastercraft Multibit screwdrivers. Actually, I've dropped a couple of each of them off my workstation or my worktop, and none of the bits have fallen out. Obviously the screwdrivers got a little bit dented or a little bit bruised, but other than that, you know, no extreme damage from a small drop, which is good. So my personal thoughts on the screwdrivers, I'll go through starting with the Mastercraft ones. I think the kind of the black Picquic copy, I think it's a pretty good one. The bits are a little bit smaller, unfortunately, in terms of length than the actual Picquic one. The black one, I think you get a good selection of bits. The blue one, you get some good Torx bits. The only thing I'm kind of confused on is why they gave you hex bits. Personally, I would probably just go with an Allen key. But like I said before, you get some nice Torx bits. But I don't know, the hex bits just kind of seem like I don't know, like a gimmick. The Multique copy one here, I actually quite like it because the bits are a lot smaller. So if you look at the other Picquic video we did, they have a smaller screwdriver called a Teeny Turner, I believe, and it has really fine bits like this, but not at this length. So it's really nice that you have these small bits at a good length, so you can really reach in if you're struggling to get a screw out of a deep hole or something like that. And then the Mastercraft stubby, it's nice that you get an extra bit, but I don't really understand the design choice here, because I just feel like if you're going like this, whatever, they screw it in, maybe your hand slips or something, you scrape it on the bit. I mean, that just, I don't know, it's nice that they try and fit in an extra bit. Maybe they should have just given you an extra slot like how it is with the Multique and the 6-pack, just having 6 slots instead of 5. But I don't know, the Picquic stubby has only 5 slots as well, so maybe that's why they had that design choice. And then in terms of the Picquic, I mean, from the that Buy Canadian video I did, I really quite like these Picquic screwdrivers. They're really nice. You know, I don't really have anything bad to say about them. They're pretty versatile. All right, so now just a quick look at the price comparison. So the Mastercraft Multibit screwdrivers, they come in a pack altogether, so you get 4 all at once, and so that is $24.99 from Canadian Tire, and these are all going to be in Canadian dollars. However, when I picked these up, they were on sale for 40% off, so I think they're only like like 14 or 15 bucks, so it's a pretty good deal. In the Picquic, they are more expensive. The 6-pack plus on its own was $18.99. The Maltique on its own is $15.99, and the stubby on its own is $14.99. So it's a little bit more expensive to get the Picquic ones, but I guess you kind of get what you pay for in terms of build quality and stuff like that. So my final thoughts on these Mastercraft and Picquic multi-bit screwdrivers: I really think they're nice to have just because you get a good assortment of bits in one package. If you guys are looking to buy a multi-bit screwdriver, if you have the money, I would definitely say go for the Picquic. I know they are a little bit more expensive, but I just think you get better build quality. But if you don't, I think the Mastercraft is still a good performer, still a good option, just at a little bit of a lower price point. So thank you for watching this video. If you've used any of these Picquic screwdrivers or Mastercraft multi-bit screwdrivers, let us know in the comments what you think about them. Also, let me know what you thought of this video. I really appreciate your guys' feedback. And if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, if you, like I said, if you have any experience with this stuff, leave a comment and let us know what you think. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.